Hello and welcome. This is Chrisanne. I'm coming at you from Elemental Energies with Chrisanne. We are going to be doing a small bag. I know I just did a decorated bag the other day. This is going to be a small one. This is kind of feels like a glassine bag, but it's the craft color. So we're going to be taking these, we're going to be decorating with doilies. I haven't used doilies in so long, and I have these smaller ones, so we're going to decorate with that. We're going to use some stencils, we're going to use some stickers, we're going to use some die cuts. We're going to use all our things for this project. So let's get started. So I have these small doilies. Now, when you're working with doilies, if you know, you know, you think you've peeled them all apart. Keep peeling. So yeah, that one has a little tear in it, but that's okay. We're going to cover it. I thought we could do a couple different types of decorations. I don't know if this one still has more to it. That we could decorate them in a couple different themes with a couple different types of products. This one has a whole bunch stuck together. Doilies are really pretty. This is the worst part of working with them, is peeling them apart. It's not that bad. So there's that. Let's put these away. And these are small. Let me see if it gives. Yeah, these are 3.5 inch. And then these bags, let's say 3 by 5 inch for the bags. So the doilies are slightly larger, and I am okay with that. I think that's going to be pretty. Okay. Have my trusty holder for everything here. I want to stencil a little bit onto the doilies. And I'm going to be using, oops, I'm dropping stuff. Hold on. I'm going to be using Elements by Lavinia Stamps, and we are going to be using the color Paprika, which is red. Before we get started, let me clear away some of the doily bits. And I have taken a lot of my stencils and I have put them all together on a ring. The only problem is the rings are so hard for my hands to be able to open them all the time. So I just leave it on the ring. And then this is my scrap paper at the bottom here. Let me ink my brush up. Years and years and years ago, I bought all my brushes, my sponges at the Dollar Tree. When it was $1. That's how long ago it was. So I heavily invested at that time in all of those things. And I have to say, first of all, I bought some that were just to test them, and I was very impressed with the product. I was impressed with the quality. So if you invest heavily in something that you feel is a good quality product, you're going to have it. You're going to have it to use for a while. Now these doilies, I can sort of see that circle. I'm going to kind of keep in that circle. So granted, I only spent $1 on each of the brushes, and I bought those makeup sponges as well that I have no idea how to use for makeup. None. These are for makeup too. I have no idea. Not a clue. I can paint this stuff. I can't paint my face very well. So I heavily invested in these brushes, and I bought a ton. I have extra. If I need extra, I have extra. And I'm glad I did because, you know, I kind of saw the writing on the wall. And at the time, this was years before they raised the price, I knew if I saw something there that I liked, I had to get it when they had it. And I'm glad I did. So use that. If you find a product that you really like, get it. It's like if you have kids and they have like a favorite stuffed animal, people will go and buy like 2 of that stuffed animal. So they have a backup. Well, I have backup art supplies. Okay, so we have these. Where are my little bags? And this is the opening. I am not 100% sure. Let me take these out of here. Let's just see how the video goes. I'm not sure I'm going to make anything to put inside of these. In other videos, I've talked about, I sometimes leave some things mostly done. And something like that, I would come in and I would add, based on the theme of my journal that I'm creating. Now, doilies can be tricky to glue down. I just find some solid spots, add some glue around on some solid areas. I don't know if somebody's here. Might be male. Yep, Cassie Rose is in the other room. She is barking. It is probably male. I am not getting up. There's one. So I ordered some the other day. Some Gold Bond powder. I have this rash that I've had, it's like 85-90% of my body, for over 2 months. And my friend is like, hey, my friend has weird allergies like I do. Like, I am very bizarre allergies. So she's like, listen, I just started to get a weird rash. It's not mine. I'm not contagious. My son doesn't have it. I'm having an allergic reaction. I've seen 4 doctors. Nobody knows what it is. But they all are in agreement. It's an allergic reaction to something. So she said, hey, you know, I got Gold Bond powder and it helped. So I thought, okay, I don't own any Gold Bond powder. I thought I was allergic to it. So I went to Amazon, as we do, and I was able to read the ingredients on both. The regular one, you know, the yellow bottle one, and then the green one, the medicated one. So I thought, oh my gosh, I'm shocked on one hand that it's something I'm not allergic to because I'm allergic to everything. And I thought, okay, well, this is a reasonable price. Let me pick this up. It will get to me within a few days. So I ordered that. Coincidentally, at the same time, I have that subscribe thing. You know how you can get things on Amazon and you can subscribe and they'll send it to you every month, every 6 months, whatever you subscribe to. Well, I get these really special shoe insoles for my son. And I had stopped the subscription of that, and I decided, you know what, I'm going to start that up again. My son was asking me for some more. And coincidentally, it was set to come at the same time as this powder that I was shocked I wasn't allergic to. It's very rare for me to find a product that I'm not allergic to. Let's just say that. So I get it. And I'm looking at this envelope, you know, the large Amazon envelopes. I'm looking at the Amazon envelope, and it's in a bag, like a clear, like a garbage bag. I'm like, what's it in that for? That's odd. And then I'm looking at the bag, and I'm like, what is this all over the bag? This is weird. And I'm smelling it, and I'm like, okay, is this like safe to open? You know, like years ago there was a bad rap of opening anything that looked like it had powder residue. I knew I ordered powder, so I opened it. Oh, my word. Let's just say I won't say here the words I used. I was livid. The whole package of powder, the lid was off and there was powder everywhere. I opened the envelope and it just like whoosh came at me like a huge powder cloud. Like it got in my lungs. I had to go get something to eat. I had to get something to drink. I was trying to clear. It was like in my throat. Oh my God, it was horrible. Horrible. And then not to mention the majority of there was just a teeny tiny left in the bottle. The majority of it was in the bottom of this shipping bag. And some of it was out of the shipping bag and in this clear bag. It was covered in powder. And my son's shoe inserts are in there, covered in powder. And I'm like, oh, hell to the no. No. Oh, was I livid. Livid. I mean, I've had a couple mishaps with Amazon, and I get it. Come on. This is a thing of powder. You don't just stick it in a bag. I mean, everything else they put in these ridiculous boxes. Put this in a box. So I contacted them immediately after I sort of regained my health a little bit. And now I have to return it. And I have to drive over a half an hour to return this ridiculous thing. And I left that as a review because I am angry. And now my son's things are covered in powder. His shoe insert things. How many of these? Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so we'll make 7. Let me move this. Oh my gosh. So to say I'm angry is putting it mildly. And I'm just trying to help this stupid rash that I have that I'm over. I am so over this rash. And it's itchy. So I'm not in a joyful mood all the time. I'm trying. I'm very, very much trying. I do my best not to scratch because if you scratch, it just makes it worse. So every once in a while you see me scratch on my videos. I mean, the good news is I am not contagious. So I am going to do some mushrooms. I am going to do some little fairy people. Do a whole bunch of different things. I thought I had some mushroom. These are those creepy ones. Some of them are adorable. And some of them are just creepy. Ah, there's a mushroom one. She's oh so jovial looking. She just got powder in the mail and it exploded everywhere because there was no lid on it. See? that must be what I looked like. Oh, here's a little mushroom guy. Oh, gosh. Any of the mushroom ones? I was yakking away. I'm stuck on that powder. Ugh. I was talking to my friend with all the allergies, and I'm like, I want to try this powder, but I don't dare use it out of the that bag. It's in the bag. There's only like a little tiny amount left in the bottle, and I have enough problems. I don't feel sort of safe using that. I don't need additional problems and issues. So, nope. I don't think I'm going to use that. And she was like, do not use that. Who knows? And I said, I know. I can get away with using these larger ones. Yeah. This one I love. I think that one's pretty. I was going to use the shorter ones, but you know what? I like some of these larger ones better. Okay, let's put these back. Now, certainly I'm not going to use all of these, and I want to cover. This one has a little spot right there on the doily. There. I had a garbage bag over here, and I don't know where it went to, so we will just leave them right here. Just going to go through and do mushrooms. And I have some mushroom postage over here, two right here. I'm not necessarily going to use all of these. Maybe I won't decorate the other theme. I don't know. I do want to get a bunch of these done. And I don't think, yeah, no. So I have 3 jovial mushroom children. So I'll save these 3. And let's see, which one did I not use? These are all different. Okay. Do I like that one or let's do this one. So once again, my son is out. And he's out with his girlfriend. He's over at their house. And her parents are doing dinner and invited him over. They're very, very thoughtful and kind that way. So that means I get to play. Yeah, she definitely had her powder spilled everywhere. So I've been trying to work on this mushroom fairy journal forever. I think by next week I'm going to start wrapping it up and make the actual book. Start putting some stuff in it. had to pause because my son was graduating and I had to sort of make things for the teachers, staff, etc. And I got that big haul from Stampin' Up, and that totally put me off of my focus of what I was doing. Okay, now let's do some mushroom postage all over the place. Kind of blends me. Add a little bit of color to that one. We're going to add more things to it too. Oh, one of my lights just went out. Was it this one? Yeah, let me unplug this so I can re-plug this and then turn that light back on. There we go. I had my phone plugged in. I love working with stickers. It's so much fun. And I'm just keeping these sort of very simplistic and sweet. Oh, that one's cute. Now, what I might even do when I get to it is just put some pieces of paper inside. Making sure these are sticking down. If they're not, that one needs a little bit of glue. I think they are all going to need a little bit of glue. Not a problem. I can glue them. Sort of defeats the purpose of a sticker, but that's okay. There. Okay. Those will stay. All right. That one has 3. There. Okay. Let's go with this one. I like these. Cute. Very, very cute. Super simple. Very, very, very simplistic. Oh. Let's see. This is this. So let's add this one here. You know, some things I get a little fancier on than other things. But sometimes I just like to do the simplistic. Okay, guess it goes like that. That one confused me. You know, before, when Temu was Temu, if I knew I had a certain type of project coming up, I would buy a whole bunch of the stuff ahead of time, especially if I got really good deals. And, you know, I was getting really good deals for a long time. It's kind of sad. Some of it's coming back. I mean, it's not their fault. But I do miss it. Luckily, I did sort of buy a bunch of stuff planned way ahead. You know, when I saw it, I bought it. Like the Dollar Tree. Let's see if I can. That one's pretty. There. Okay, I think we are done with these. So let's roll these up. I keep this because I use it for like shaker cards, you know, window cards. Put those away. And then I have some of my curator pieces here. This package is pretty empty, so I'll be cutting that up and making something out of that. Okay. Let's just decorate things. Things are having a hard time sticking to this doily, and that's okay. I didn't do the edge. Oh, here it is. I think I'll do 3 on each. There. You know, it's fun when you have all the things and you sort of put them all together to make some fun stuff. So I mostly cleaned out my refrigerator today. That was joyful. You know, I hate throwing things away. Obviously, I make junk journals. But it really bothers me when I throw food away that we didn't finish. Luckily, it wasn't too much. But still, it bothers me. And my friend, she cleaned out her freezer today, and she said the exact same thing. I'm like, I know it. I mean, I can have a meal and make it stretch, which is exactly what I do. And sometimes it's, you know, the leftovers. We didn't quite finish everything. you know, it is what it is. But it bothers me when I see the state of other people in the world, and, you know, here I am throwing stuff away that we didn't even eat. Ugh. And luckily my son knows we do our best to, you know, divide it all up. If you get a big package of a hamburger, you know, you make enough for multiple meals. I've taught him all that. You know, we were talking about life skills. And he says to me, I can't believe some of these other kids don't know some of these things. I'm like, well, I've worked with you on it. Now, granted, he had the luxury of being so sick that he couldn't go to school for 8 years. And we spent, clearly, a lot of time together. Let's make breakfast together. Let's learn how to use a bank account. Let's learn about checks. You know, do you know how long I worked with this kid to get him to be able to sign his name in cursive? He has hand problems, so physically writing is not his forte. But I'm like, listen, you're gonna have to learn to write your name. Oh my goodness. He's a super bright kid. It has nothing to do with intelligence. It has to do with physical. Then, after we opened his bank account years ago, and he had to sign everything, and the poor kid, I gave him the longest name. Like, he's got such a long name. You can pity him. I'm like, let's learn the squiggle. You can just sort of write your name and squiggle. So, when he graduated, I said, okay, you're going to take this to the bank. He goes by himself to the bank. I said, you're going to take this to the bank. You have to sign the back now that you got a check. My mom's longtime friend sent him a check as graduation, as a gift, which was very kind. And yes, we're going to be sending thank you notes. So I said to him, okay, go to the bank. You have to sign the back of the check. You know, he knows that sort of line on the back of the check. He says, can I just do the squiggle? I said, yes, you can do the squiggle. I said, they're going to ask you for your ID or your bank card or, you know, whatever. He's like, okay, I don't care about that. That's fine. I just want to know if I could do the squiggle. Yes, you could do the squiggle. He was so, oh, there's my stomach. He was so relieved he could do the squiggle. I'm like, yes, you can. I mean, he'd be there all year trying to write his name out. I offered to buy him a stamp so we could stamp his name. Nope, he didn't want that. He's like, I do not want to carry a stamp. I said, well, just leave it in your car. Or bag. You know, like if you have a bag, just leave it in your bag. Just stamp your name. No, he didn't want that. Okay. Not my deal. I offered to help you out. I thought it was a very good idea. I was going to get him a self-inking stamp. Nope. Didn't want it. Okay. And I really don't tell him no, that he can't do things, because, you know, we've built him up that he can do most things. Except he came home the other day and he says, I'd like to go roller skating. Nope. He has Ehlers-Danlos syndrome as well as Crohn's. And I said, absolutely not. I will tell you no. And you know I never tell you no on things. I said, this is an absolute no. He fractures very easily. He's had multiple fractures in his life. And he knows it's painful. He's fractured his arm, and he's fractured 2 vertebrae in his spine. So he knows. And he's probably had other fractures that we just didn't catch. Ugh. But anyways, I said, there's not a chance that you are going roller skating. Absolutely not. Do anything else. Go for a hike. Go for ice cream. Take a walk. Go swimming. I mean, if he wanted to go ice skating, roller skating, skiing, and snowboarding, those are all my no's. Other than that, he can do what he wants. He's never been roller skating, so I don't think he understands the level of a fall and how sort of jarring that can be on the body. I used to roller skate. I used to love roller skating. I used to go all the time. And I was a good roller skater. So I didn't have too many falls. I mean, we would roller skate and jump rope at the same time. And we would roller skate and hold on to our friends' bikes at the same. I mean, you think of the things we did. Oh, this is when you were actually outside playing, you know? And I'm like, no, he has absolute no concept of what a fall like that would do to him. I'm sick of taking this kid to the emergency room. Not that I wouldn't, but I'm just saying, absolutely not. And you know, the funny thing is my friend works at the roller skating place. But that doesn't mean she'll be there when he's there. I mean, I know she would keep an eye on him. Not that he needs keeping an eye on, except for falls. And I said, absolutely not. There's zero chance I'm allowing you to do that. And he heard me. I said, I do not want you to have a fall, especially when he's trying to look for a job. That is not good timing. Nope. So luckily, he did not give me any trouble with that. I was so happy because I was getting ready to call his father on that one. I was going to call in his father as reinforcement. Oh, you know what? I have a whole bunch of these. Yeah, I can do that. Let's see. I don't know if I have enough. Some of these, no, I didn't cut them all. We used these the other day on another project. Let me see if I have enough. So yay on no roller skating. Oh, come on. Exact. I do this all the time. I love it. Okay, let's do some stenciling on these. And yeah, I do not know what is behind all this. This isn't staying. I thought I only had papers here. Let's grab some of these papers out of here. I keep a whole bunch of stuff right here because obviously, oh, that's what the problem was. I have some brads there. Obviously, I just grab things from here and use them. I mean, I do that every single video. Okay. might just do one little mushroom post stitch on these. I'm not going to super decorate these. I could put a whale tail at the top too. I don't know. We'll see. See when we get there. So I was making things earlier for my craft fair coming up. And I'm feeling, it's still a ways away. I'm feeling comfortable with a lot of the things that I have. Sent in my application. She got it. I was the first one to send it in. I was so excited. That's the hardest part. Okay, let's put these away. I put those stickers away. Let me see if I can grab those. Yep. Some of these longer ones. I don't tend to use those on some of my other projects. Oh, I wonder if I need to glue this. No, seems pretty good. Okay. Oh, there might only be 2 types of long stickers, but that's okay. Yep. Oops. Oh, there's my stomach again. Ugh. All right, let me go back to some of the other sort of bigger stickers. And then last one. Let's see what this, oh, this is a big one. There. Okay. And then that can be the little bit of hidden journaling. Those away. Let's see. Do we want to use some whale tails? Sometimes you use the whale tails. If I were to glue this here, it's going to stop it from fully opening. Unless I don't glue this part of the whale tail and only glue here. Let's give that a try. Where's my glue? Oh. All right, so we'll only do glue here and here, and we'll test this one out. Yeah, not too bad. All right, so that's what we'll do. There, that was cute. Put that at the bottom of the pile. All right, let's do this one. No pass. Somebody's driving by. Oh, I wonder if that's my son. No. I am almost done. Cassie Rose will say hi to him if that's him. He's early. But we shall see. I let her handle the greeting committee. All right. I'm going to yell to him, so hold your ears. I'm making a video. Okay. He knows when he goes out, I like to make videos. This is my life. You guys are my life. I don't know. Is that good? Bad? I don't know. Okay, this is that little girl one. This is wallpaper. So my friend gave me 2 fabric sample books, and I've already made all the books. I was making little mini journals with them. I've already used both books. So I am going to be going to like a wallpaper store or a furniture store and seeing if they have any fabric sample books and wallpaper sample books. 2 more. And we'll see what I can find. I'll let you all know. And I'm going to just glue these into my journal, or I'm going to put them behind a belly band, or I'm going to put them in a corner tuck. I'm not going to decorate the back because I don't know what I'm going to do yet. This one has a little bit of blue in it. Let's use that one. Kind of matches him a little bit. So I am going to check out Sherwin-Williams. That's where I'm planning to go. I have a couple, I have like 3 in my area. and then like some furniture stores. So we'll see. We'll see what I end up getting. Okay, let's take a look at these. So this, with that as the inside. And there is the inside. We got a lot of these done. And it's been almost an hour. Not quite an hour. Using scraps, using stickers, using doilies that I never use, and some spooky stickers that needs a little bit of glue. I'm wondering if it's not the bag. Yeah, I think it's the bag. That one's stuck good. Where's my other spooky kid one? Here it is. Yep. There. All right. Well, thanks for tuning in. Check out my website, elementalenergieswithchrisanne.com, and please subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. Thanks so much for tuning in. Take care and be free.